What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Groomer podcast. I'm your host, Alex, and today I have a very special, very young guest with us today. For all of you guys that are listening audio, hop over to YouTube to see just how young the guest is we have in front of us here. I want to welcome Johanna Ogreen to the show. Johanna is 16 years old. She's a groomer, guys. She's one of us. She's in the shop and she has dreams, wild dreams of being a professional groomer post school. And she's still in high school. And so I brought her on the show today to talk a little bit about what the life of a groomer is like from her angle as a 16-year-old student. The other fun fact before we jump into the conversation with Johanna is that I interviewed her mom, Natasha Bartosh, on a podcast, let's call it late last year. She's with Labella Pet Spa, and that is where Johanna works today. So with that all being said, Johanna, welcome to the show. I'm so blessed and honored that you're here with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So I gave a lot of credit towards your age, but correct me where I'm wrong. You're 16, right?
Yes, I'm 16. I just turned 16 last month, so fresh 16.
All right. Well, happy late birthday. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
So take us back to the beginning. The beginning is, as it's only 16 years ago when you started, but when did you actually start grooming? Like, when did you get into it? Like, obviously your mom's been grooming for a while now.
Yeah, so when my mom opened her first location, I was kind of always there, like after school, before school, I was always there. And then when I became, I think it was around like 13, 12 to 13 in the summers and stuff, I would be like her bather. So I would be here all the time, like weekdays, stuff like that, constantly. So I was doing it for a couple years, and then it would have been less than a year ago. So last August, last August, yeah. I actually started taking on clients and started grooming and everything like that. So I kind of learned just through being around everyone and like all of her groomers and her and everything like that. So I've kind of just always been in the salon forever. And she's owned the shop for around like 13 to 14 years now. So it's just kind of always been my norm. So
Yeah, you just grew up in it. Like you didn't know it better.
Yes.
That's wild. Well, A, shout out to your mom for getting a little free labor out of it. But B, that's really cool. So when you started, when you were 12 or 13 as a bather, what did you think of the whole, let's call it like career, right? Like, what do you think of it? Were you like, oh, I definitely want to do this. I'm super excited. I see my mom doing this all the time. Or were you just doing it just as, hey, I'm just trying to help my mom out. I don't really ever want to do this. Where was your head at when you started bathing?
Well, when I first started, we have like 4 dogs and a cat. Like we're huge animal people. Like everyone in my family has animals and everything like that. So I really liked it, especially for like the animal aspect of it, and I love being around them all day. And I was like the good person in it. Like, yes, I was giving them a bath, but like, like they always liked me, and I really did like honestly talking to the clients too and everything like that. That was one of my favorite things too. So I just like the whole like salon environment, and I don't know. I just like the whole like salon environment, everything that went with it. So like at first I really did like it for like the animal aspect of it. But I'm also like a workaholic, so I love working and I love keeping myself busy. And this definitely does keep me busy. So
Johanna, you can't be saying you're a workaholic at 16 years old. You've got a long life in front of you.
I know. Everyone tells me that, but I really do. Like, I have to keep myself busy, and I always have something to do with this. So not only do I like it for like the dogs and that aspect of it and everything like that, but it really does like.
Did you know that you wanted to do this as a profession right away?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
It would have been, I was like, I was taking dogs, but I wasn't like on commission base. So like I was doing them, but like I didn't want to commit to it or anything like that. And then they pushed me over to commission based, and they were like, you're going to like it. Like, worst case scenario, you don't, but like you're gonna like it. And so I started doing that and I loved it. So so I wasn't fully on board of like the whole like grooming and doing it all the time. But once I started doing it, like I loved it. So definitely not till like a year ago. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll just do it. So
Yeah, no, I see that. What do you think was stopping you from like fully committing, from like kind of going 1 foot in and like, oh yeah, I'm just kind of here helping out my mom. It's no big deal, to like, oh no, I'm like taking clients. I'm like taking commission checks. What do you think was like stopping you from making that jump?
I definitely think me still being in high school and everything
Yeah.
and
Good
trying
stuff.
to get like still trying to like balance everything between that, like that happy medium with like work and school and then also like still like my social life and still making sure like I can still like hang out with my friends and all those teenage things, but like still like having friends and giving myself like access and not like completely cutting ties with like my social life and everything. So I think that was like one of the barriers, but I'm really actually happy with like how I've tried to balance it. So it all
Well,
worked
tell
out.
us. I mean, what's the secret to having clients while also still being in high school?
A schedule, a strict schedule, and you have to hold yourself to it. I love my calendar to death, like, and I have to-do lists and I write everything down and I just keep myself to like a good schedule and I'm very like just like get it all done in once. So like for my schoolwork, I'm all online.
Okay.
So I can do like my whole schoolwork for the week. And if I just sit down and do it like on a Sunday, so I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week. So I'm
Oh,
just kind of like I'll just sit down. It'll take a while, but I'll do it all so I don't have to like worry about it. But then that's why like that's good so I don't fall behind and everything like that. So
so on Sunday, you'll do your schoolwork for Monday through Friday, and then Monday through Friday, will you work at the salon during the
yeah.
day? Okay.
Yeah, I work from so yeah, I do all my schoolwork on Sundays for usually the whole week. And then I work from 6 to like 6 during the
Sweet.
weekdays, yes. And then I work weekends too. Only
Oh,
Saturdays. But
nice.
yeah.
When does the other like fun high school stuff come into play? Like, social life and activities and all that other stuff. If you're working 6 days a week and then doing schoolwork on the Sunday.
Yeah. So I mean I have like my I'm a morning person, so like I can still go and like sleep over at my friend's house like Friday nights after work, and then I'll just wake up early. I'm usually up anyway, so I'll just go to work that morning or Saturday nights when I'm done. Since I don't have anything Sunday until like later until schoolwork, I'll stay like at my friends like Saturday nights and stuff like that. So I still try to make it work a little bit in
Yeah.
my schedule. But my yeah.
What was it like building your first like client book, like building your first book of business as, I guess you were 15 at the time? Was it challenging to convince clients that you knew what you were doing, or were these all people that you had been, bathing their dogs for, and so they knew you and you had that relationship with them?
Yeah, I'd say I did get all of my own new clients. But I wouldn't say it was really difficult. I mean, I never really told anyone I was 15. If people asked, like I told them, but like it was never like a very like I don't think it should have been. I get people's concerns, but I don't think it should have been like a full like deal breaker or anything like that. So I mean, I never really told people I was 15. I mean, I have like a I get most of my clientele from like Facebook and everything like that, and I'm really active on that. So with that, people just message me, and then that's that. And then obviously, we're really busy just kind of all the time, so all the calls and everything. So honestly, like all the clients just like came to us, and we were always kind of busy, so clients are always there. But mostly, like if I got my client base from anywhere, it would have been Facebook,
Okay.
and that's
Well,
just because
I
I
that's interesting that you said that you got all your own clients though,
yeah
which is again just like remarkable given just how new to all of this you are, and like again just like how you have a full schedule of high school still
yeah
and all that sort of jazz too. It kind of like breaks the glass here on people that say it's might be a little bit hard to get new clients. I mean, I'm curious. You said Facebook's a go-to for you, Johanna. What are you posting in Facebook groups? Are you reaching out to people? What are you doing to get new clients on Facebook?
Yeah, so marketing's kind of I'm really loving it right now. So but it's just kind of more like whatever social media like fits your kind of client base you want. So like Facebook like or all of like the moms and stuff like that. So yeah, you can like post on like the Facebook groups and stuff like that, and even just having like your clients now follow them, and then it's like even then it's so much easier to share like you post their dog and then they share it on their Facebook and now all their friends see it and everything like that. So I just think it's a good like whatever type of client base you're trying to hit, I would stay on that. So like on that platform. And that's really where I got all of them, just staying consistent. And yeah, I wouldn't say I really like reached out to people. If people like posted on like a Facebook group, like, hey, looking for a dog groomer, that's like how I would reach out. But otherwise, it's just consistently like posting on groups and stuff like that. Even going to like events nearby. We do a lot of like expos and stuff like that. There's a lot of expos nearby. So I go and like do grooming demos and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people, obviously, it's a dog event. So there's all dog moms and all dog parents in general there. So it's just really just hitting where like you want your clients to be and what type of client base you want to build. So
I mean,
yeah.
you do grind. That's crazy. Um, Tell me about this. Oh, I knew exactly what I was going to ask. You prompted a question for me. You said it's all about posting a lot, right? And I would
Yes.
imagine that's like showing off some of the work you're doing, all that sort of jazz.
It's
You sound very organized. Do you have like a, hey, my goal is to post one time per day in, my public feed and one time per day in these groups? Like, do you have like some sort of schedule that you follow for posting, or is it just kind of you've got a client on your table, you'll snap a picture and post it later?
yes, I usually it's just so usually my Sundays are like my reset day. So on Sundays, I'll take all my like photos and stuff from like the last week and I'll post them and I'll schedule them out for the week. Just because I never think of to post in the moment or I never have the time to post in the moment. So I always try to do it like that week, or even like if I have like a day off, like today's like my day off, I'll take today and I'll just post like some stuff like far out so I don't have to worry about it. But still like being consistent, because I know like when I see things on Facebook, like for example, my dog's a puppy and I needed him to get in training, and I saw this one trainer posting like once, and then I saw her again and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna message her, and then I didn't, and then I saw her post again, I'm like, I should probably message her. So it's just I think of it like as in me on Facebook, like I have to see it enough times to actually message, and just like the constant reminder. So that's kind of the way I do it, just always stay consistent, and that's what I try to do.
That makes sense. And you said that you like try and find your audience, and then that's where you just kind of double down on. And it seems like you're spending a lot of time on the Facebook moms. Do
Yes.
you ever flirt with the other side of social media, like TikTok and Instagram and that sort of stuff?
So I don't have a TikTok or anything. I just don't know if it hit like clientele near me. I do have an Instagram, but I'm mainly using it. I do like competitive grooming.
Oh,
And so and so I mainly have tried to use that for like a like more of like a bigger wide, so like companies and like bigger groomers, I can use that as like a portfolio. Um, but even now, like the salon, La Bella Pet Spa, they have an Instagram, and it really doesn't get like it's nice to have, but it doesn't attract anything that you really want, or anything
I
like
would
that.
agree generally. Like I feel like Facebook is the place where you get new customers, new clients, and maybe Instagram and TikTok is where you can like maybe show off your skills a little bit more as a groomer.
Yeah.
There's that whole side groomer talk where you can like, kind of become like a mini influencer, but you do that on Instagram too. So I hear that. How many competitions have you done? Like, how long have you been doing that?
I've done two now. I competed in Windy City, I believe in January, and then that was my first one, and I competed with two dogs, and then I just competed in St. Louis last month, with a client dog. So I like it. I didn't win anything, but got a lot of judge feedback and everything, and it's a really I love the experience and everything like that. There's a lot of people that do it, and even like just everything that goes into it. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I just love it. It's satisfying to me, so
Was
I
it
love it.
was it scary kind of being so young and dipping your toe into that world? Because I know it can be a little bit intimidating, at least that side of the grooming world.
Yeah, I say I don't know, like I really wasn't so like scared. I really wasn't scared, honestly. Like I don't like talking in big groups of people, but like and even like going up on stage or anything like that, like being like basically like why people were there watching you. But honestly, like I really wasn't scared. It's kind of what I love doing, and I was I don't really know. Like I really wasn't scared of it. It was like a really opportunity at the end of the day. Like I knew I wasn't gonna win. It was my first one, and it's more for the like strictly for like the exposure and because I like doing it. And if this is where I see myself, then I want to get into it earlier than
Yeah.
sooner than later. So I didn't really find it scary, no.
Good. You're not
Surprisingly.
scared of anything so far, John. I'm going to come up with things that you could be. Um, have you ever thought about like kind of exploring the, groomer influencer style world of like, full sending content, just again, given, your youth and the fact that you've got this kind of unique niche factor to everything?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've totally thought about it. But yeah, I see like for me, it's like hard because I have to see like the immediate results to like
I love that
continue
you're
to
like,
do.
will it bring me clients? Yes or no? If no, I'm
Right.
not.
Well, for my clients, no. So am I gonna sit down and do it for a couple hours? Probably not. No. No, I've totally thought about it though, and I think like in the future it'll probably do me good and I'll probably end up doing it. But I for right now I probably won't, honestly. I'm gonna try to build my Instagram just because that's kind of like where I'm going with the whole competitive side, and I want like bigger groomers and like everything like that to see me and be able to see my work. Um, but probably not like TikTok or anything like that right now.
Makes sense. Do you have a
Yeah.
weird question for you, John? Do you have a role model? Like, who do you look up to? Like, I mean, you're a grinder. You care so much about like your customers and your client experience. You care so much about like personal growth. Like, my thought is that all of this doesn't come from nowhere. Like, do you have someone that you look up to that?
Yeah, as I say, business aspects, my mom, I look up to her a lot. She's put a lot into it, and it's like it's taken a while, but she's finally seeing like the results and like the point and everything like that. So I look up to her a lot and like that business aspect and like just like in a groomer in general. But I kind of see it as like Mackenzie Murphy and Jody Murphy. Mackenzie Murphy,
Shout out
she,
Murphy's.
yes. um, so yeah, she helped me out a lot with like in St. Louis a lot. So, but even then, like I like that because like they're both in the industry and she's kind of been doing it for a while. And so yeah, I look up to her a lot. So, and she's a really good groomer. So
That's no, like they're good friends of the pod and of the community too.
yeah,
We did our first few episodes with both of them, and I was definitely seeing that in this vibe here.
yeah.
But obviously, it's not my place to bring up that. I was just curious, who you look up to and all that sort of jazz. What do you want to do? Like, I know you said it's hard for you to do stuff if you don't see the value and the ROI out of it. What's like your long-term goal? Do you want to own salons like your mom? Do you want to, start a product line like the Murphys? Like what are you kind of aiming for?
Yeah, I kind of want to be more of like educational, everything like that. And yeah, I say I haven't like exactly pinpointed it, but yeah, I want to do with like something with like educational, and obviously like I want to continue doing like the competitive side of grooming and everything like that. I really do like that. Because I do like I love the clients and I love doing that, but like I like the whole like perfect groom and everything that has to do with competitive grooming. So definitely see myself doing that and being like an educator in some sort. I say I don't know exactly for like what or anything like that, but I do want to do something with education and I do see myself there. So, and then with the whole business aspect, I do. I do want to run my own salon. I don't know if I'd open up my own salon. I'd love to, but I don't really know.
Yeah, hey, that's fair. I mean, I still don't know
Yeah.
what I want to do. So, I mean, don't, you got plenty of time to figure that out. I just didn't know if you had like something written above, your bedstand right now that said, every day I'm looking at that thing that tells me I want to be a salon owner.
Yeah.
That's cool. And like, you've got such a cool, like, ability to learn and see all of the different areas of what you want to do, just being in the industry so early and learning from your mom. Like, not many people get the ability to like see that, and you've seen the whole journey from nothing to the many salons that she's at today. um I'm curious, what do your friends think of all this, Johanna? Like, I don't know, I'm trying to, like, as you're talking, I'm trying to put myself back in high school shoes of like, if one of my friends was working at a salon 6 days a week from 6 to 6 and then just cranking schoolwork on Sundays, I have no clue what I would think.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, they're always just like, "Oh, like, can you do this?" And like, "Oh, yeah, like, I have work, but I could after." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Like, I just think they're kind of like shocked by it. I don't really like, I think it's funny because I mean, they all like work, but they don't work obviously as much as I do. So I don't know. Like, but I just have like a small little group of friends, so everything's like very, I don't know. I love them. So they're very like supportive and they don't, it like sucks in some aspects because I know like in other situations some people would just be like, "Oh, like she can't go, it's fine. Like we're just gonna do it without her." But like my friends always try to include me and they always like wait and they try to work like the schedules and everything around mine. So I don't know. Yeah.
That's
They
sweet.
kind of just, yeah.
Have any of them expressed interest in getting into grooming or no?
I'd say one of my friends wants to be like a vet tech, but like none of them really have like an interest in grooming or anything like that. So they've all made jokes like, "Oh, like could you hire me and everything?" I'm like, "Yeah," but it's like school hours and they all go to like a public school. So,
Yeah, it makes it a little bit tough.
right.
Do you have many, like, do you stay connected to other groomers online at all, through, communities or Facebook or anything like that?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we even like the salon as a whole, we always have like we try to always have like educators come down. So that's like a good way we connect with them. But I do like over Facebook and everything. I have a couple of their like numbers and sometimes I'll just like send them pictures and be like, "Hey, like could you like critique this for me or like can you give me feedback?" Um, so yeah, I do like yeah, we do
So
I do
cool.
personally, yeah, like to connect with them and yeah.
That's so cool. I wonder, like, do you know of anyone else out there that's like kind of near your age that's going after this, or are most of the people you're kind of talking to kind of in the, maybe that middle age gap?
Yeah, I say I don't know exactly her name, but I saw her in St. Louis and I think she's like around my age and she does competitive grooming too. I don't know, I haven't like seen her anywhere. That's why I
Yeah.
don't know her name, but I saw her there and she was competing. I know she's really young.
Well,
Um
whoever you are, if you're listening to this, you guys got to start collabing.
right, yeah, no. So I would say I wish I knew who she was, but I know she was competing, and that's like the last time I saw her is when she was competing. And I was like, so I didn't even get to talk to her. I totally would have, but
Yeah.
I know she's really young. So yeah, I'm like, I have no idea otherwise, but that's like the only one I know that's young.
Can I ask you a personal question, Donna?
Yeah.
What is motivating you to finish high school?
I think to give this my all. Like honestly, I thought about even like graduating early just so I can just get it out of the way and I can like have this be like my main focus. Um, but I think my workload would be way too much if I just tried to hurry up and get it all done and I think I would struggle a lot more or struggle. But honestly, it's just to make this my main focus. So once I just get high school out of the way, I can prioritize things a lot better and set like realistic goals with less on my plate and everything like that. So,
That makes sense. I mean, what do your goals look like right now? Are they, a number of dogs per week? Are they a number of competitions entered? Or, what are your goals right now that you track?
yeah, so I say I definitely like it's always a goal of mine to like keep my books full. So like keeping like being on top of like my marketing and like putting myself out there, kind of hopefully everywhere, putting myself out there just so like I can make connections and I can be in contact with people and everything like that. And yeah, trying to go like to as many competitions as I can, but they're kind of everywhere and I hate planes and I refuse to travel further than driving distance. So I just try to like, yeah, I try to go to as many as I can, and even like those, like I love going to them just for like the connections and like talking to people who like have the same interests as you. Cause like I said, like my friends, they have like they're like in like the service industry and everything like that. So they have like they don't really like relate to me, and I don't really have anyone to like talk about like the relatable things other than people who actually do it and they're not my age. So but yeah, just like connecting with people. And then sorry, I totally forgot what you even asked.
That's okay. We can keep moving. I'm curious, you've obviously learned from people like your mom and learned from other like super gracious competitors that have shared their time and critiques with you. Do you have any like books, YouTube accounts, anything like that that you have learned from or like self-taught yourself through?
Yeah, we watch Groom House all the time, so I get a lot of videos from there. And then a lot of like the groomers do like Facebook reels and even like tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I'm really into those right now. But Groom House, like that's where get a lot of it too. And then even at like the seminars and everything like that, like the big events they do like St. Louis and stuff, they always have like the continuing education and like the classes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I learn a lot from those. Like I love those. So, and even at the end, like you can go up and like ask them questions and like you can get like more of that one-on-one experience
Yeah.
to ask like the personal questions and stuff like that, like personal things you're having, like you're struggling with the dog. So honestly, like all three of those things like are really like helpful for me.
Okay, love that.
Yeah.
I asked this question to a lot of guests that are, if I just remember to ask it, honestly, I try to ask it to most of my guests. I'm curious, like, what's your favorite grooming product? And so whether it's a brush, comb, or a clipper, if it's shampoo, like product, something you would use on a client's pet.
Yeah. See, it's a hard one.
Like you're going to St. Louis for the competition. You're driving, you can't fly. So, you're packing your car, and what's the first thing you're reaching for to put in there and why?
um Probably like one of my favorite shears or like my in-betweeners are like I know the exact amount of teeth. There's 35 teeth and I have them in like I think I have them in super curves, and then like straights. Like they're my favorite scissors ever. I had to like I'm pretty sure I have like doubles in like my curves. They're my favorite scissors ever. I use them on everything. They're my favorite. So
Well,
probably those.
okay.
Um but I'm really big on like scents right now, and I love the Bark to Basics high concentrate shampoo, especially for like my client dogs. I love it. Probably not for like my competition dogs, but for my client dogs who are always coming in dirty and everything like that. It's like my favorite shampoo. And then like I love the scent of it, and it always like lasts. And then I'm like really big on. I just got it, and I cannot remember the name of it, but oh, it's like the Bark to Basics peach fizz
Okay.
fragrance. It's my favorite. So
Uh,
probably those.
oh,
Yeah, but I just love Bark to Basics, especially for all of my clients. I like it. So
it's a good little value add. It like,
yes.
sometimes they don't see, they need to smell to believe a little bit.
Right. And it's nothing like powerful because some of my clients are like, oh, like the scents are too much. I'm like, yeah, no, like it's your dog doesn't like smell like it just like got doused in perfume or cologne or anything. It's just very like you smell like you have a clean dog and
Yeah,
it smells like that. So yeah, no, I love them.
that's great. Okay, well, I've got two more questions for you. The first one is putting you on the spot a little bit, but what is the hardest part of being I'm going to sum it up here, but being like a young, like high school groomer, like at your age, what's the hardest part of like doing what you do?
Probably finding people who like relate to you because like I said, like my friends, like they have no idea and like how busy I am and like how much I put into it and everything like that. So I guess it's just hard finding like people who like can really relate to you, especially that like I want to talk to like my friends and stuff like that. So I think that's like probably one of the hardest things. Like my mom's my best friend, so I talk to her about everything. Um, but like otherwise, like I kind of just talk to her about everything. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like one of the hardest parts, just finding people like your age that like relate to you in like some ways of like even just like in general, just like a really like good ethic. And I know I'm young and not everyone should be like a workaholic, but you
Yeah.
know, like just finding people who like have like the values like that. So yeah, that's
I
probably
totally.
hard.
That definitely is tricky. I can't even imagine. Okay, my last question for you
Yeah.
is, let's assume that we do have some young listeners listening that want to, like, want to look up to you now. What is like a piece of advice you would give to what I'm going to call like baby groomers out there? Like people that want to, hey, I've always wanted to become a groomer, but I've always thought I needed to finish school, or, hey, I've always wanted to dive right in and like I would love to work 6 to 6, right? But like I just don't know where to start. What's something you would tell them? Obviously, being I know you're still early into it, but like
Mhm.
you're a few years in now. You've been in the salon
Yeah.
since 13. What's some piece of advice you could give?
Um, Probably like if you want it to happen, like you have like complete control over it. Like if you want something to happen, like you'll make it happen. Um, and I just think it's as like take everything like as an opportunity. Like some people are like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Like it doesn't benefit me. But like, especially if you like really want to do something like that, if you want it to happen, like take anything and take it as an opportunity. Like anything at that point, just to get in there and like see if you like it. Be very open, like be open to feedback. Um, yeah, be open to feedback and like nothing will happen unless like you really want it to happen. Like I think it's a whole mindset. It's a whole mindset thing. Like nothing is ever gonna happen, especially if the bad thoughts and like that's all you're letting overtake you or anything like that. Like just do it. Like honestly, just do it. Yeah.
Johanna, you're so impressive. I think the most impressive part of you, in my opinion, is how open to feedback you are. Like the fact that you're sending your client like pictures of your clients' dogs to like the Murphys. Like that's insane. I would be scared, poopless to do that. And so like that is really, really impressive to me that like you have this fearless attitude while you're so young. I mean it takes people, years to develop and get comfortable with. So just a big shout out to you for that. I mean, I know, and we don't need to go too far down there, but I just wanted to give you that I'm very impressed, obviously, after our conversation here and what you've been able to do and like your attitude towards everything. I mean, it's really admirable.
Thank you.
As we wrap up here, you mentioned your Instagram. I want to give you a chance to shout it out so people can find you. Maybe some baby groomers can DM you. But shout out your Instagram handle so we can see what ways we can connect.
Yeah, so my Instagram and my Facebook is just Grooming by Johanna with a capital G and a capital B and a capital J. So
There we go. We got the pitch down to capital.
yes.
Love it. Love it. Okay, sounds good. Well, Johanna, thank you so much for joining us today. This was awesome. It was cool to just hear a different lens than what we usually do on the grooming world.
Yeah, of
So I
course.
really
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
it. Well, cool. Well, thanks, Johanna. We'll see you
Yes. Thank you.
at the pod.